Hello and welcome to Productivity Nerd, a podcast all about getting shit done, hopefully in an elegant way that doesn't leave you too broken. In our crazy worlds, we're all about balancing the need to work enough to make ends meet, enough not to annoy our bosses, but also enough that we feel like we've done enough, which can be a whole different psychological and emotional ballgame, along with the human need to rest and stay well. Plus, on top of that, we'd quite like to enjoy ourselves, maybe just a little bit along the way, spending quality time with those we love. I, for one, love hearing about how people get that balance and work more efficiently so they have more time to do the things that they love.
Hello and welcome to Productivity Nerd. Today I have a teeny tiny mini pod for you. You know, one of those ones that could have been a blog if you wanted to use your eyes and not your ears. Well, then now we're on YouTube, so I guess you can do both if you really must. I thought I would talk today about using up nothingy bits of time. You know, the sort of 7 minutes where there isn't really enough time to start anything useful, but you are kind of on a roll and you want to crack on. We're all guilty of treating anything less than 15 minutes as pointless, right? Oh, there's no point doing anything. I've only got 6 minutes. And sometimes those 6 minutes are when you're, waiting for the dentist, or you're a bit early and you sat in the car because you don't want to go in too early and look a bit weird. So there are two different ways of looking at these mini chunks of time, as far as I can see. And I think we should actually try using both at different times, depending on which is more appropriate. So option one, use this time to clear some tasks. Not email, because you won't make a meaningful dent in them and you'll actually end up just processing things twice because you'll be looking at them and skimming them, and then you have to go back and actually do them. So unless you've got a really good triage plan and you can triage in that 6 minutes, skip emails. Do something else. So I have on my task list a list of suggested 5-minute tasks. So they're everything from pop mum, dad, make a text, to book that table, order some birthday cards, send yourself a voice note about something that you need to remember, book a supermarket delivery, quick little things that don't take many seconds. Bitty bits, as I would call them, which also is probably what I'm getting from the supermarket as well. And I have the same for short articles I've seen and I want to read in a spare moment. I'll keep those tagged somewhere safe as well. And I can power through a couple of those in that sort of dead space. And right now I'm living with a 12-week-old puppy and I need to grab all the moments I can to keep on top of life. Frankly, seizing the minute when she falls asleep is kind of important. When she's literally got her mouth around a hose or the radiator and then falls asleep mid-chew, I can, sweep the floor or something. So I'm seizing those moments, getting to brush my hair, these kind of things. And at that point, this point in my life, that's really valid, right? It's a really useful thing to do. However, I'm going to throw option 2 at you as well. I'm going to add that to the mix because it's good for the soul. So option 2 is using those, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, especially if they are 5 minutes away from your desk, to do, well, nothing, really. Like, just be bored. Like, God, the horror, right? Being bored. Not looking at my phone. I'm already twitching. But when you aren't looking at your phone, you can have like a bit of real life. Remember that? Basic humaning. So I can do a few minutes of just looking around and noticing stuff, sort of grubby looking weeds at the edge of the car park, or, a car that's so filthy it makes mine feel positively pristine by comparison. I could do some breathing. I could, bear with me, talk to some random person. Why not? Start a conversation with the person next to you on the train or in the optician's office waiting. Obviously, if they aren't interested, then shut up and don't witter at them like a nutter for 20 minutes. That's weird. But spontaneity, people watching, chatting to random folks out and about, complimenting somebody on a fabulous outfit, appreciating a weird tree, or, eyeing up a particularly odd-looking baby and wondering if they're going to grow up to look as much like Boris Johnson as they do now. These things make up the rich tapestry of life, right? Or just daydreaming. It doesn't have to be meaningful or important. In fact, it can be daft and it can be pointless because we are humans and daft and pointless is very often how we roll. A bit of silliness and daftness is good for us. So ironically, these mini breaks of complete unproductivity might accidentally make you more productive because after all, you're giving your brain a little reset, a little rest to do something completely different. But that's not the point. It's about experiencing all of life's weird and wonderful, brilliant things, the beautiful, the mundane, and the totally bat-crap crazy. So sometimes you need to ram in some doing and get some tasks hoofed off the list. Bloody brilliant. Crack on. Great. Do it. Crack on while the puppy sleeps. That's what I say. But just maybe not every single moment of our day needs to be scheduled, useful, and, prescribed. Leave a bit of space for some weird. Leave some time just to be the beer and the experiencer of life and not the doer of bleeding everything, right? So that was today's mini teeny tiny pod. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for listening.